I love giant steps. It's something about it that it not making sense makes so much sense. I remember working on this tune with my guitar teacher a couple of years ago, and you know how I was that learning guitarist. Bro, how can I play hip lines? What do I do to play hip? And he was like, giant steps is so funny because if you just follow the changes, then it will already sound hip because the song is so outside as it is, you know what I'm saying? So don't try to okay, how can I play hip on this? If you play the changes, you will automatically play hip, you know what I'm saying? With that said, if you play inside, you play outside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you 3 licks for the first few bars. That's gonna give you more information than me saying this scale over this chord and then you change to that. No, just see how I play these licks for the first few bars and get your own ideas in what I'm doing. Oh, he played that thing, because then you will also make it make sense for yourself. Here are 3 licks for the first 4 bars. Pay attention to how I transition to the next chord. It might be a half step here and there, but I'd say the chord tones is the most important thing, and you've probably heard this before, but it's if you have the chord tones, you can't be wrong. You can never be wrong. So always just try to aim for the 5th or the 3rd. So here are 3 licks for the next part of the song. The same applies here. Find the nearest note when it changes keys. That should be your focus here, because it changes keys all the time. That we know. What is the closest note to the next key when I own this note? That's what you should sit and think about. Know what I'm saying? When you land on a note, you land on the 5th of G. Where is the nearest note? Just sit and try to find the nearest possible way for your fingers to move as little as possible. You know what I'm saying here? Okay, so for the next part of the song, we're at the 2-5-1 part of the song. This is the easiest part of the song. You play your 2-5-1 lick. You play the stuff that you probably have played before. When you land on the 1 chord, so imagine you're doing the F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major. At that E flat major, you have to set up to that next 2-5, which is the A minor, D7, G major 7. You have to transition to that A minor 7 in a smooth way. That's when the key changes. If you don't do that good, it's gonna sound like you don't really know the tune. Here are 2 licks, me setting up to the next 2-5-1. You should be thinking about, okay, how do I go from G major 7 to C sharp minor, right? Because that's what's happening, right? It goes to a 2-5-1 to G major, and then it suddenly wants to go to B major. So you're going from G major to C sharp minor. Now, how do you orientate yourself to be able to be free in that? You get my point here. The reason why I emphasize showing you licks for most of this tune is because that's how I learned this tune. It's a tune that's kind of different from other tunes. Learning phrases and licks for the first few bars, that's gonna make you understand how you're gonna orientate. So in my opinion, that's better than just, alright, we have a B major and then we do D mixolydian. What I'm saying is, having transcribed phrases and licks for the first 7 bars of this tune is really good. Find the phrases you like for the first few bars of the tune, practice those, because then what happens is next time someone calls giant steps, those phrases will be so tied to only giant steps, you know what I'm saying? So it's, in a way, you will always play those phrases, and it's gonna be, it's pretty nice, because then you get reminded, oh yeah, that lick that I learned when I practiced giant steps. It's kind of unique for that too, you know what I'm saying? Just focus on where the chord changes and try to orientate yourself to the nearest chord tone. I know that sounds like basic in a way, but it's true. To be able to know where the chord tones are on your guitar, it's freedom. Knowing where the chord tones are on your guitar is freedom. Do that, play giant steps, have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.